Hey guys, what's up? It's KraDeNine here with a new video about MapleStory. And this topic is going to be about how to be inspired while playing MapleStory. And that's all good and well, but this will not apply to everyone, sadly enough. This won't even apply to me every now and then, because it depends on your mindset. The first thing about being inspired is get in the right mindset. If you're going to be purely thinking about damage, about items, and you are a very unfunded poor mapler, obviously you're going to be detracted and de-inspired, I guess that's the word, about playing MapleStory. That's simple and that's easily like the best way to avoid playing Maple, basically. If you want to play MapleStory, get in the mindset. Don't think, oh, I really wish I was more, funded, I wish I had this item. Oh, I'm so weak, what's the point of even playing? When you could have the mindset of, alright, I may not have this item right now, but I will eventually get it. That's pretty much it, right? Not that complex. So just keep it simple and keep it well. You're going to get there one day, you just need to try, improve your items, get more mesos, get more levels. I have all the guides in the world in my channel. Shameless plugins, but I have the meso guide, I have the training guide. Alright, the mindset is probably the most important one. The next thing, how do I get inspired while I train KraDeNine? What do I do when I want to train and I'm bored? Put on music, talk to friends. Now, when I train for a very long period of time, and I'm training with my friends who I know personally, like for example say Cold Edges or Kevin or Sean or somebody, right? I asked them, do you want a Skype chat? 90% of the time they're going to say yes, because we're both training together. It makes things simple, it makes things easy, and it makes it, I guess, faster, because time passes by faster. So you're going to be inspired, you're not going to get as bored as fast. Really simple, and that's all it is to it for that one. Now for music, you don't want to play, well actually you could. You don't want to play something very soft, something very mellow if you're training at, I don't know, what's a really hot training spot these days? God damn it, I made a training guide too, how do I not know? Let's just go with Twilight Period, right? Why not? Let's say you're training there alone for whatever reason. Obviously you don't want to play something very mellow, something very lighthearted. You might want to go into dubstep, you might want to go into techno, or chiptunes, or something that will get your energy pumped up. Because when you're listening to something mellow, you're going to loosen up, you're going to get kind of bored, and you're going to want to sleep. That is as simple as it gets. So, what I would suggest is that if you're training, put on some music, something that you can go dun 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 dun. Wow, I'm terrible today. Something that will just make you happy, something that will make you a little bit hyper, for lack of a better word, just inspired. My god, this video is about inspiration and I use the word inspired. This is what they teach you not to do in English class. Oh my god, or language class, I suppose that would be the better one. Now, moving on, after you finish getting your mind in the right place and you get some music or you get some people to talk to, what you want to do is make goals for the day. Really simple, and believe it or not, this is something that not everyone does. Back in old school MapleStory, and what I consider old school is like 2005-06, I used to put a post-it note, you know those little yellow square cards, with the little grip at the end? I would put them over my experience bar on my monitor, because you really couldn't put a window over it. That was not a thing. It still technically isn't a thing if you play MapleStory on full screen. So what I would do is I would cover my experience bar, and I would tell myself, I will not look at the experience bar, I will get myself to level 31 today, and then I will stop. Because when you look at the experience bar, you're going to get very detracted and very anxious. Oh my god, I'm 90%, 10 more minutes, yeah, and then you get bored really fast afterwards. When you don't know when you level, you get this sudden burst of energy going, sweet, I'm level 31, I'm gonna maybe get a few more percent out of it. That's a very small thing, believe it or not, but it does work pretty well for a lot of people. It worked for me in the past. I haven't done it in about 7 years, but the last time I did something similar, where I would like set myself a goal for the day and say, you know, today I'm going to get 100k mesos, or today I'm going to do this questline, or today I'm going to do these bosses, and I'm going to do these bosses again tomorrow. That is what gets you in the right mindset. You might not be inspired technically, but you are going to want to play. So, say you're level 150, make your goal 155. Make your goal 160, 165. Make it something reasonable, something that won't take you forever, but exactly won't make you feel bad about yourself. Wow, that really does not sound good, but that's the best I can think of. And when you have your goals set, complete them. Really simple. And finally, the way to get inspired is make friends. Yes, this applies to part 1. When you have friends and you chat with them, MapleStory becomes a lot more fun. When you have people you can talk to, when you have people to entertain you, when you have people you can hold a conversation with, whether it's training, buddy lists, guilds, perhaps even a spouse for some of you, it does make it more entertaining and more interesting. Now, this does not necessarily apply to you training. This just generally applies to you being on MapleStory and having fun. That's something that I can't personally say I've had recently. Yes, I talked to Cold Edges, I talked to Kevin, I talked to all my Maple friends. But, you know, slowly and slowly it does get away from you. So, make friendships, make them last, and make a lot of friendships. That's something that MapleStory should be at its core essence, but isn't anymore. And yes, I know my tone of voice went a little bit down, it went a little bit more dramatic, but this is something that I think will keep you playing in a longer term. Not necessarily having better items, not necessarily having an X, nothing of that sort even. Just making friends, talking with them, having fun with the game, not taking it too seriously. You are going to have a good time. Remember, MapleStory is not a competitive game. Yes, there are competitive themes, for example, where the higher your damage is, the better you're going to do at bosses. But again, that's not the whole point of MapleStory. The whole point is to grind, get items, and meet people. This isn't League of Legends where you're pretty much playing ranks all the time to increase your points, increase your score. You're just playing an MMO for its core essence. So guys, I hope that helped you with your inspirationals. And maybe one day, you guys will be making videos yourself. And what keeps me inspired personally these days is making videos. If I wasn't making YouTube videos about MapleStory and other games for that matter, I probably would not be playing MapleStory anymore. So it's thanks to you guys that I'm still making videos, I'm still playing MapleStory. You guys are my inspiration. So thank you all for that one, and I hope this helps somebody out somewhere. So thanks for watching, guys, and again, if you have any questions, any concerns, any comments, you are inspired to comment. Now, but in all seriousness, you can comment down below, or you can send me a personal message if you feel that you need to be more confidential. So that is all, everybody. Have a good day, and don't forget, eat your broccoli. It gets you good muscles in the future. Why do I have this stupid Russian accent? Alright, later guys, bye.